Hey everybody, welcome to the Salt Flats. Magical, isn't it? Look at this stunning growth and green space that accompanies this glorious, wonderful, dried up seabed. Yeah, no, you don't see a whole lot of life out here. Kind of hard for plants to grow in this environment, just pure salt. But this is why I'm here, and this is what's important. Okay, the salt flats here are a bounty of minerals. This is where a significant amount of potassium comes from, magnesium comes from. There's copper out here in this. A lot of the soluble nutrients that are being used in lawn care. There are companies all over the world who find these salt beds that extract nutrition for fertilizer. Well, that's kind of cool. It's also really interesting that you can get all of that out of a place that can absolutely not support plants, period. The salt obviously makes a very horrible place to grow things. So, you know, when you think about that, you think about the loads of nutrients and how it's being produced, and what it basically is this salt with these small amounts of minerals connected to it, ultimately in the ground over a long period of time after heavy fertility, you start to build up a salt bed. Now, nothing like this is a bit dramatic, but kind of gives a good perspective as to what's happening. Now, every nutrient, mineral, salt, every nutrient, mineral, salt, that's what you have in order to get solubility, have things move through the soil. That's where it all comes from. So, you know, what are we going to do about that? There are certain elements and there's nutrients and minerals that contain lower salt indexes, and you can look that up on their labels, on the bags, and you know, see what it is that you're actually putting out. And it is important because you don't want to cause the ground to dehydrate and may have the roots have a harder time being able to absorb water. They need this. They have to use hydrolysis to bring the nutrients inside, and it kind of wicks the salt away when this happens. But that goes somewhere, okay? And in a lot of situations where there's been a longer buildup of standard nutrient heavy loads, there forms what would be called a salt layer, and some people call it a nutrient layer. It's like a salt pan, and the roots won't go down into that. Now, it's not just salt, and I think that probably a nutrient layer is a better way to put it when you're talking about that. But so oftentimes you can get roots to drive down a little deeper and hit this stuff, and as roots break through, they can pull some of those residual, maybe those leftover nutrients that are in there, get kind of some more out of there, drive the roots through it, drives the salts further. So the salt moves with the water, okay? Now, again, this is where a significant amount of nutrients come from. And not only that, I mean, the minerals that are in salt that you use on the table, the Morton Salt Factory is, 60 miles from here. We have, I don't even know how many thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of salt like this out here in western Utah. So just, yeah, again, a little bit more of a perspective on, you know, where your nutrients for most fertilizers come from that are not nitrogenous or from phos rock. This is, again, so a lot of your minor elements, your minor nutrients that are being applied comes from places like this all over the world. So I just wanted to share that with you. I'll see you on the road again soon.